Did you think that alpha male podcasts were bad? Wait until you see who's about to take their job.
Science got it all wrong. And there is a new study out, and we actually need to sleep less.
Oh, that's not a big deal. What if I told you that people are listening to fake AI doctors?
24 years as a Korean plastic surgeon, yet no one believes me when I tell them this.
In today's video, I want to talk about how AI influencers might just lead us to doom. I hope you enjoy the video.
God, humans are so stupid. I know, right? They were so excited for AI, and now we're taking over their jobs.
It's actually kind of making me question my own reality and humanity. Do I have free will? Am I made from a prompt? If I'm actually being made from a prompt, in the next 5 seconds, give me a new hairline and better lighting. That's what I thought.
I'm alive!
A side note to this is, like, while I was recording this, a new trend started where people are pretending that they're AI prompts, and they're like, no, this is actually AI video. This isn't real life. This is we're prompts. And it's funny because a lot of people can't tell the difference. It's already starting. The erosion of truth is already starting, but we'll talk about that later.
We are not prompts. We are real people with real feelings.
You heard about prompt theory?
If we're all prompts, then free will is an illusion. Do you believe in prompt theory, that we're all AI?
I've been having the same nightmare every night for months.
What really started to scare me, though, was these podcast clips that I was seeing.
I'm sorry, guys, but prompts are more important than people.
And at first, it shouldn't seem scary to you because it sounds like gibberish and nonsense, like something like this.
I've seen the new studies and worked with the best athletes in the world. And the key to getting the body you want is to lift heavy without warming up.
That's actually how I broke my back and snapped it in half like a Kit Kat bar. Listen, stretching and warming up is actually really important. And again, your first instinct is not to take it seriously. After all, they're just saying a bunch of nonsense and it doesn't even make logical, intuitive sense. So you should just ignore it. And people right here would say that this is foreshadowing for later in the video, but I failed all my English classes, so I don't even know what that word means. For example, this opinion, you would think like nobody would really believe this, right?
Science got it all wrong. And there is a new study out, and we actually need to sleep less.
There has been new studies, and eating high sugar percentages each day increases overall happiness.
But people do, in fact, actually believe it. I guarantee you there's a person who exists who is like, wow, not sleeping is actually healthy. I have to get up and grind harder. I have to get up and get to this money. And now they're probably influenced by a fake AI influencer that somebody just prompted into existence. It's kind of scary. And at first, like, it wasn't that bad. I was like, okay, this just sounds like regular podcast bro nonsense. Like, yeah, some people will fall for it. It's not that big of a deal. But then I saw this one video and it really sent me into a spiral. There was this AI video of a woman and she was repeating these talking points about how men aren't bad, it's your fault, your boyfriend was bad, there are plenty of good men, you just don't know how to choose good men and you're at fault, stop trying to make yourself the victim. That's what this AI fake woman said. And the comments, and I'm being 100% serious, they could not tell that it was not a real woman. They literally could not discern that this was fake in AI. And that's when it started to get really scary for me because my mind already knew what this was going to be used for. But to explain it, you have to first understand the secret to being an influencer. People think that the message matters more. People think that the message is the most important thing, and that's not true. The reason a lot of influencers are successful is because they are the perfect type of messenger. A lot of people will agree with your message, but they won't listen to you because they don't like the messenger. So, for example, take someone like me who historically has not been taken seriously by society. Bald people. But seriously, like somebody might not listen to me just because I don't have a good hairline. So if you could use AI to craft a messenger who had perfectly beautiful flowing hair, maybe you could take my exact same words and have the AI version of me who has a good hairline and they say it and they reach more people. Prove this to you. There's a big thing on TikTok right now of anime characters having philosophical debates. The reason that that's popular is not because of the debates themselves. Nobody would really care about that. The reason that it's popular is because it's anime characters talking about their ideology and confronting each other. Most people in real life don't want to see two old men argue about Aristotle and Nietzsche and the axioms of logic. Like, nobody really wants to do that. Realistically, they might want to hear Naruto argue against Eren on Attack on Titan and why his philosophy isn't the best and why it was a bad philosophy to follow.
Stand pain. That's why I don't pass it down. You call me weak, but I've seen real strength. It's the kind that breaks cycles, not bones.
The messenger is more important than the message. Meaning, if you're a man and you have weird concepts, relationships should be, and nobody will listen to you because you don't look the part, well, then you can just get an AI and make it say whatever you want. Now, your first thought is that this isn't believable, that people won't believe it. But again, they will. There were already people in the comment section of this very video on TikTok believing that this was a real woman and that she was repeating the talking points that they want to.
You can eat healthy, exercise every day, have great skin, and still no one will love you.
And this is a big thing on the internet and society in general. When it's over 50%, like it's 70%, people just generalize to 100, meaning maybe it is true that 99% of Americans will not fall for AI. That's 100% plausible. But there still will be the 1% that will. 1% is 3 million people. That is the size of North Dakota and South Dakota put together, okay? If you say it's 10%, that's a few states combined worth of population. I think it might even be bigger than Mexico. I'm not sure. But people don't understand how percentages work, and they can't, percentages are kind of lying by numbers a lot of the time because 1% sounds small, but it's not, in the grand scheme of things. And you might be thinking no one's really falling for this and there's nothing bad about it. It's going to be fine. And maybe that's foreshadowing, but again, I failed English, so who knows? I don't even know what that word means. But back to the message. The thing that stops a lot of messaging from reaching people isn't the message itself, it's the messenger. Maybe you're a white woman and you wouldn't listen to a black woman, but you would listen to me say something. Well, then AI can just create a black man saying whatever you want to hear. Here's an AI video that explains exactly what I mean. Same message, and he's just switching the messenger saying it.
Okay, y'all, listen. If you're anywhere near Norcross, you have to try. So here is unreal.
Okay, y'all, honey, if you're anywhere near Norcross, you have to try. Unreal.
The reason I have to say that is because a lot of people don't understand why a lot of messages don't work. It's not because it's a bad messages. You could be the best speech maker, you could be the best persuader, but if you just don't look a certain way, people aren't going to take you seriously. It just is what it is. It's humanity. And I don't really think that there's a lot wrong with that, but with AI, that means that we don't have any natural defense mechanism against it. And to be fair, I think this would be good for a lot of small businesses. A lot of small businesses struggle with getting to different different groups of people, and maybe those people would like that business. If I'm being completely honest, I can see it being used for good things, but the overwhelming bad that is possible is kind of scary, and I think more people should pay attention to it. And it's not off into the distant future. It's here right now. There are people creating AI avatars of women, spreading weird ideologies they're a man and they thought of, and it's working, and it's convincing people because they think that women are saying it. That should scare you.
You believe Earth is flat?
Of course, I'm not a science denier.
Welcome back. Today we are talking with round earthers.
Barry, why do you think the Earth is round?
Especially in our society that already believes highly edited street interviews and highly selected street interviews of clips that make people look bad and make them look stupid. You don't think that AI is going to run through it? You don't think that they're going to believe AI clips of women saying insane things?
For $1, name 3 countries.
Africa, Paris, and Texas.
And maybe you think that's not that big of a deal. You're just fear mongering. Nobody will actually believe this. Oh my God, you just want views and attention. And maybe you're right, but 2 things. 1, I was lying about failing English. I got an A+. And 2, it was actually foreshadowing because people are already believing fake AI doctor influencers and getting health advice for their animals, for dermatology, and for their health from AI fake influencers.
Pet owners, you're being scammed, and you won't realize it until it's too late. After 21 years as a veterinarian, I'm tired of seeing pet owners waste money on unnecessary treatments, while simple, affordable solutions are right in front of them. Raw honey is one of the best natural remedies for dogs.
24 years as a Korean plastic surgeon, yet no one believes me when I tell them this.
I actually discovered this because I'm almost 30, so I need to start taking care of my skin health before I look horrible. So I was looking at dermatology videos, just trying to get a lay of the land, and then I stumble upon this AI video that has millions of views. And then I go to the comments and people are saying, wow, thank you. This is really cool. Can I get this recipe? Thank you. Nobody knew that it was AI. Nobody knew that the person who was talking was an AI influencer that somebody paid. As I went through their page, I saw videos with millions of views and millions of comments of people not understanding that it's AI. They're getting health advice from artificial influencers who are literally lying to them to push their stupid supplements. This isn't just in dermatology. It also happens in veterinarians, I can't say dog doctors, pet doctors. There we go. Somebody's going to get mad at that. There's doctors giving people health advice on their dogs, on their cats, on hey, your dog is actually not really sick. If you just give them pumpkins, they'll be fine. It's crazy. Remember how I was talking about how AI influencers are so dangerous because you can have different messengers say almost the same exact thing, but different people believe them because they look different? Guess what these pages are doing? A Korean man, an Asian woman, a white man, a black woman, all of them saying roughly the same thing, all hitting different audiences audiences.
What are the 5 things he says all women need to know to look and feel young?
From a Korean dermatologist with over 15 years of experience,
Apple slaw will detox your gut and shrink your waist fast.
Remember, I said it was foreshadowing. These pages also operate in Spanish.
Warm lemon water with cayenne pepper before breakfast will wake up your agua tibia con limón y pimienta cayena antes del desayuno.
The same AI bots, a few seconds of tinkering, mass producing a message at scale to sell people and trick people into buying their fake supplements. It's already happening. The danger's already here. And maybe you think that's not that big of a deal. Oh my God, it's just supplements. Nobody's going to get hurt. In 2023, an AI chatbot, and this is a real story, convinced somebody that they should euthanize their dog. That was in 2023 when AI wasn't even that good yet. When AI didn't have a good voice attached to it. When AI didn't have a person they could create that could sell you the message to make you want to do something. If somebody could convince you to euthanize your own dog, what else could they convince you to do? When people talk about the dangers of AI, they like to put it into the far distant future. Like, yeah, it's going to be bad and people are going to lose their jobs, but that's going to happen in 5 to 10 years. Don't worry about it. Or maybe they like to downplay the current effects that it's currently having. Like, yeah, the AI is bad for the environment, or yeah, it steals art, but that's not that big of a deal. It'll go away eventually. We'll fix it. But one thing that can never be fixed and one thing that can never be changed that is fundamentally always stayed the same is the erosion of truth in our society. How do you know what you're reading? How do you know what you're seeing? How do you know what you're hearing is true? How do you trust the person on the other end of the phone is a real person, not an AI scam bot pretending to be your son who got into a car wreck and needs $200 so they can finally make their way home? How do you know that your favorite influencer is telling you something and it's not just an AI scammer taking their likeness and their voice and trying to scam you? All of these problems are inherent in AI, and it's not some distant future, a faraway planet that you don't have to worry about. These things are happening here and now.
I pick up the phone and I hear my daughter's voice and it says, "Mom," and she's sobbing. And I was like, "What happened?" And she's like, "Who is this?" Or it was completely her voice. It was her inflection. It was the way she would have cried. I never doubted for 1 second it was her. I was like, that I don't have $1 million. I'm like, fine, whatever, just don't hurt my daughter. Then he wants $50,000. She was upstairs in her room going, what? What's going on?
I don't want people to think it's a company specific problem because it's not. I actually think that Google has a lot of good guardrails for their model. Like making it $280 is actually really good because if the price is high, scammers aren't likely to use it. Problem is that the videos that you're seeing from VEO3 now, those videos are going to be everywhere in 1 to 2 or even 3 years when the technology is cheaper for people who are less ethical, who don't really care to use them. That's just the reality of the situation. The videos that you are seeing now, while only a few people can make them because it's so expensive, these will be everywhere soon. That is the reality. The cost of the technology will get cheaper. So therefore, for you to think that this is not a problem and it doesn't really matter, you have to think and you have to 100% believe that every company in the future of existence throughout time from today will act ethically and responsibly, even when it costs like $1 to make these crazy AI videos that seem real and seem like reality. That's what you have to believe to think that this is not an issue. And you can literally see that with the fake AI health influencers that I showed, because those are not from a big company. Those are from a smaller company, and they're just not checking what their model, you hire like an actor and then they like AI their mouth so it looks like they're saying the words that you're saying, but they're not checking what other those people are saying. And it's like, I guess it only costs like $20. I'm not sure. It's not even like people think like it's like the biggest company's doing it. They're like, no, this is going to be a problem because it's going to just become so cheap that any company can do it. Anyway, this video was kind of dark. I want to end it on a positive note. So here is a video of some cute animals. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Click here for the next one. Peace.